Good morning, everybody. Dr. J here at the Cognitive Behavior Institute. What I wanted to do is just provide a brief orientation to how to add a case and to display some of the unique features of OpenFit. All of you had the chance to look at some of the video tutorials actually provided by OpenFit, but I want to show you how we're going to particularize some of that here with how we roll this thing out. First thing I wanted to share with you is how to add a case, and particularly what names we're going to be using for cases. So you go here to Add Case. Okay, so case number. The question becomes, what are we going to be using as the case number? We are going to use the Valent shorthand. Right, so it is an abbreviated form of the client's name. It usually is 3 letters from the last name, 3 letters from the first name. It's the same case number that will show up if you look in your Valent schedule and your Valent appointments. I'm not able to provide this to you in a HIPAA compliant way to where I could pull up Valent, so we're just going to use Santa Claus here. And so we're going to imagine that as I look at my Valent schedule, that the shorthand version is and that would be this client's case number. If you go down to type, you'll want to designate if it's individual, couple, family, or group. For the purposes of this demonstration, I want to show you how you can have multiple clients for one case. So we're going to say Mr. and Mrs. Claus are having some difficulty in their marriage. Unfortunately, it happens to everyone, so won't make too much of that. Their start date is today. You're going to see them both for an initial evaluation. Status of the case would be open, but this is significant as well. So as your cases close, you'll want to change the status of the case. You always can go back in here. If they've reached their goals and they're discharged according to plan, it would be a planned closure. If they drop out of treatment prematurely, we would select the unplanned. So we'll stay open. For the description, we don't need to put anything here, but some of you have asked, well, I want to use this with all of my clients, but I have a number of clients who I've been in treatment with 3 to 4 months, want to reap the benefits of OpenFit, but the concern was raised about how that might skew our data. So what you might put in the description is delete case information after case has closed. And so that will remind you, it will remind us that after you're done working with that particular client, we'll actually delete out the case. Otherwise, nothing needs to be put here in the description. So we'll go to next. Okay, so adding a client. So we're going to select this tab here for new client. The client record number, we'll repeat this here. I think I said SANCLA. First name Santa. Oop, let's go back here. Last name Claus. Last name's required. You're seeing a prompt here. Birth date, we'll say 12/25. I don't know, 1750. Invalid birth date. Okay, we'll put 1982. He's a male, but we're providing couples therapy here. So we have Santa, but we also want to represent Mrs. Claus. And you think of the significance of this for when we're doing relationship-based counseling. One of the challenges often is related to issues of alignment and joining with both parties, and so we certainly want to be collecting a session rating scale with each client to get a sense for their sense of the connection to you, the clinician. And so we'll add here SANCLA. Mrs. Claus, I'm not sure I know her first name. So we will say, let's just see if Mrs. will work. She is born also I don't know, on Christmas Day, a year later. Gender, female. And now we have both of our clients in the couple system in OpenFit. So we'll go to next. Collateral rater. You're probably not going to use collateral rater too much, but here's how you could use it. If you're seeing a kid and you wanted to get a parent's rating, but the parent's not really a part of treatment, and so you want to triangulate the data. You've got maybe your client's view of progress, but now you're also collecting a parent's view of progress, and so you could represent that here. More than likely, you won't be using that too much, and so you'll hit next. And when you hit save and exit here, it will automatically default you as the clinician assigned to the case. So let's see here. Okay. So let's go here for a second to open cases. Okay. Let's see here. Come on, scroll down. No, it didn't seem to add for some reason. That's kind of bizarre. It's very strange. Let's try that one more time. Go back to couple. Start dates today. Just give us a chance to get some reps in here. C-L-A-S-A-N. One of the things that will happen sometimes if you're seeing more than one client in a session is you might have the birth date of the identified patient but not the other family member. Sometimes I'll just make up a birthday in that initial session, collect the birthday, and then change it. All right, female. Next. No collateral raters here. Save and exit. And here we go. And so you want to schedule your first session. Here's all you're going to do. You're going to go to the case number. You'll click on that. You'll click new session. We're going to meet with them at 11 a.m. today. So we just put in 11 o'clock, face-to-face. Save. You are now ready to go. When they walk into the first appointment, you just hit survey. At the start of each session, we'll be doing the outcome rating scale. Naturally, you'd provide an orientation in the first session. And here are the scales. I want to show you a couple of features of these scales that I found to be somewhat interesting here. So let's imagine Santa Claus had a career change and he's now an engineer. I've discovered most of my engineer clients get uncomfortable with this willy-nilly, no numbers kind of thing here. So what you can do is switch to a manual entry. Some clients prefer that, and it's 2 decimal points, and they can see the actual number that they're providing in each area on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's imagine that they were, and then if you wanted to switch back, you just hit the manual entry again, and so that is based on client preference. Let's say that Santa and Mrs. Claus were having some family issues, and you're also seeing one of their children, their pre-adolescent, They're only 9 years of age, and so you can select this smiley face, and this is the version that's been adapted for when you are working with children. One of the things I would say that it's very helpful to do, particularly in that first session when they're filling this out the first time, is just assure that they have clarity around what they are assessing around. So individuality, I think most folks understand that prompt, but you might highlight that first time or the first couple of sessions that you're asking for an average of individual well-being over the past week. So we don't want them necessarily rating how they're feeling in that moment. We're going to ask for an average scale of 1 to 10, maybe since last time. What I would encourage you to do for couples therapy, if you're doing that, is to use this interpersonal scale to rate the quality of the couple relationship. They may have children, there may be other significant relationships, but I'll ask them, because we want to isolate the couple relationship and have data just on that, to evaluate their relationship well-being on the second one, interpersonal. Socially would be any significant relationships outside the home, work, school, peer relationships, and then finally overall. Once you enter the score, we'll see the first data point here on the graph. Hit Save and Next, and it will automatically go now to Mrs. Claus, and then she will enter her data for this particular session. Let me just back out of this. I just want to show you one or two more features that I think can be helpful to you. One of the things to bear in mind is if you are running into any technical difficulties, that you can leave a message here, and somebody from OpenFit will respond very quickly. I've actually used this on a number of occasions, and so that is a useful resource. And then also, if you wanted to refresh or review anything from the OpenFit guides, or wanted further clarification on a particular feature of OpenFit, you should be able to find that information here. Ideally, what I'd be able to do is show you some of the clients I've been seeing and the way that I'm using the graph to guide our treatment and to get a feel for the therapy relationship. The problem, however, is being able to send that to you in a HIPAA-compliant way, so I'm going to refrain from doing that. But should you want to talk further about this or see how I'm using it, some other folks are using it here, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me about that. I think that's all for now. Thanks for your time, and look forward to catching up with you all soon.